Well, hey, everybody. I hope you are enjoying reading the book of Genesis with us. Today we are in chapter 12. And if you've not printed out your copy of our Bible reading plan for 2021, it's available on our website. You can get it there for the whole year. Go ahead and print your copy out and keep it in your Bible, your journal. And I hope you've purchased a notebook or a journal of some kind. So when you read the chapter, you jot down in it first what God says to you, what verse jumps out at you. Say verse 10. What does it say? And this is what it means, and this is what God said to me. And just write about how you're going to respond to that, and then you can watch the videos, and I'll share with you some thoughts that I have as well. Genesis chapter 12. I want to talk about two things. One is faith, and the other is fear, because in this chapter we see both of those in extreme. In Abraham, we see in this chapter Abraham having great faith, and Abraham having great fear, existing in the same person. Chapter 12, verses 1 through 4, the Lord said to Abram, he's not changed his name to Abraham yet. Now the Lord said to Abram, go forth from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house to the land which I will show you. And I will make you a great nation. I will bless you, make your name great, and so you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and the one who curses you I will curse, and in you all the families of the earth will be blessed. Verse 4, so Abram went forth as the Lord had spoken to him. Great example of faith. I mean, God said, Abraham, leave where you are, leave your extended family that's here, go someplace you've never been. And by the way, I'm not telling you exactly where it is. I'm going to show you as you go. Will you start walking? And guess what? That's exactly what Abraham did. And the truth is, Abraham would spend the rest of his life as a sojourner, as a nomad, living from place to place within the promised land and a time or two in Egypt. What faith it must have taken for Abraham to uproot himself, his family, and move to a place where he owned nothing, no land. Great faith on the part of Abraham. Well, he's traveling around this new land that would eventually become the promised land. And he ends up down in the southern part of it in the Negev, which is on the edge of the desert area heading over toward Egypt. And there's a famine. And to find relief from the famine, he goes to Egypt. And that's a common occurrence in ancient times, a common occurrence actually in the Bible. That's how we get to the story of the Exodus, and Moses and all of that. But anyway, he gets to Egypt, and it's really a terrible story. Here's this man of great faith, all of a sudden exhibiting great fear. Verse 10, there was famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn there. Verse 11, as they got close to Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, her name will later become Sarah, but now it's Sarah. He said to his wife, see now, I know that you are a beautiful woman. And when the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will let you live. In other words, Sarah, honey, you're so drop dead gorgeous. If we get down there, those men are going to want you, so they'll kill me, so you'll be available. Will you, my sweetie, will you pretend to be my sister, so they won't kill me? And you have to remember, women didn't have all the rights then they have today. And Sarah pretends to be his sister, not his wife. And they arrive in Egypt, and some of the pharaohs, the king's servants, men, officials, see her and say, wow, she's a looker. And they tell Pharaoh about her. Pharaoh comes to her. She moves into the palace, into the house with Pharaoh, and he takes her as his wife, which means he's sleeping with her. Wonder how Abraham felt about that. Anyway, God becomes so upset that he sends plagues on Pharaoh's home, on Pharaoh and his family and his officials. And Pharaoh comes back to Abraham and said, why did you lie to me? Take your wife, your animals, and everything, and get out of here. And that's exactly what happened. It's easy that story is such an extreme. It's easy for us to condemn Abraham. Now, let's be honest, we don't understand everything about cultures that existed thousands of years ago. But here's a learning for me. Here's what God said to me. Great faith and great fear existed in the same man. Different times, different contexts, different settings, but they were both there. And the truth is, I'm capable of both. So are you. We all are. There can be those moments, those experiences, those times, seasons when we show great faith. And then those times when we show a lot of fear. And fear always drives us to make a decision without consulting God. Fear drives us to do things that are stupid. Fear causes us to do things that hurt those we love. And sometimes people that we don't even know are going to be impacted by it, and they don't know they're being impacted by what we did. Like Pharaoh didn't know that the plagues were there. Why is this happening? It wasn't because of anything he had done. He didn't know she was married when he took her. He was suffering because of Abraham's fearful decisions and deceit. Fear that drives us to not listen to God is always a bad thing. And so faith means that we listen to God and obey Him. Fear means we listen to our fears and obey it, and that's never good. And in my journal, I responded to all of that by writing a simple prayer to God. Here was my prayer. God, please give me more faith than fear. And God, keep me from fear-based decisions and sin. Protect me from making decisions based on fear, because I know they're not going to be wise ones. Help me make godly decisions that exhibit faith. I hope this speaks to you in some way as well today. God bless you. Look forward to being with you again tomorrow.